This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made.
Good morning and welcome to All Saints by the Seas Digital Children's Chapel. I'm Reverend Amy, and while I miss being able to be with you all in person, I'm so glad that we can be together in this digital format. If you are able, I ask you to find a candle in your house and have a grown-up who's with you help you light the candle as we get started with Children's Chapel. Each week we light the candle as a reminder that God's light is shining in our world, in the dark places, and there's places where we're afraid, and there's places where we're sad, and there's places where there's joy and happiness and fun and love. God's light is shining everywhere, and this light is a symbol of God's light. So let's go ahead and light our candle with the grown-ups' help. And now it's time to say our prayers. So why don't you center your hands in front of your heart to help us center ourselves for our prayer. And we'll take in 3 deep breaths, in through our nose and out through our mouth. I like to close my eyes when I do it. So if you'd like to do that, you can as well. Let's take a deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. 1, 2, 3. And now repeat after me. God be in my head and in my thinking. God be in my eyes and in my seeing. God be in my ears and in my hearing. God be in my mouth and in my speaking. God be in my heart and in my loving. Amen. And now we're going to hear the story for today. Today's story comes from Read Aloud Bible Stories, Volume 5, and the story is called 2 Men and Their Houses. One day, Jesus told a story. This is what he said. Bang, bang, bangity bang. A man was building a house. Bang, bang, up went the walls. Bang, bang, on went the roof. The man was building his house on a big rock. And that was a good thing because down came the rain, swish, swish. Up came the water, splash, splash. Around went the wind, woo. But all the rain and all the water and all the wind didn't hurt his house one bit. Wasn't the man wise to build his house on a rock? Bang, bang, bangity bang! Another man was building a house. Bang, bang! Up went the walls. Bang, bang! On went the roof. This man was building his house on some sand. And that wasn't a good thing because down came the rain, swish, swish. Up came the water, splash, splash. Around blew the wind. Our dog is wondering what's going on.
I didn't know there was a storm inside.
The sand washed away and down went the house. Crackety, crackety, smashity, bong! Wasn't this man foolish to build his house on the sand? Willa just said, poor man. He looks very upset.
He does.
And Jesus said, listen to me. Do what I say, and you will be wise, just like the man who built his house on the rock. I wonder what your favorite part was.
Probably when there was the storm and Brooklyn jumped up, and it was really funny.
The storm and the sounds of the storm and the fact that our dog reacted and was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
The startling storm was your favorite part?
Yeah.
I think my favorite part was when Jesus told us that we could be like the wise man and who had a house built on rock, that when we listen to Jesus's word and Jesus's teaching, that it gives us a firm foundation, a rock on which to build our lives. And that makes me really happy because then, even when the storms come up and the waters come down and the wind blows, we will be on solid ground, just like the wise man.
It looks like the man built his house all on an island.
It looks like the man built his house all on an island, Willa says. That's the one with the man who built on the sand, and eventually his house is destroyed. But the wise man who builds his house on the rock, when the water comes up, his house still stands.
And he has more land to go to.
And he has more land to go to. So mommies and daddies and grandmas and grandpas and little boys and little girls all can be wise by listening to that word that Jesus teaches. Thank God for giving us Jesus. Maybe we should sing a song to thank God for the goodness, huh?
The story tells us about how good God is. Let's sing about that together. God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. He's so good to me. God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. He's so good to me. God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. He's so good to me.
That was a wonderful story. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I'm Chaplain Allison, and I'm really glad that you're worshiping with us today. I'm here in my backyard with my chickens and my dog Waffles. So we're going to get ready to have our closing prayer. So let's put our hands in prayer position and have 3 deep breaths in and out to help us get settled in prayer position. That's 1. So let's go. Another deep breath in and out and in and out. Okay. Help me, Lord, to love you more than I've ever loved before. In my work and in my play, God be with me through the day. Amen. And now it's time to change the light. Remember, we light the candle to represent God's light here with us. And when we blow the candle out, it doesn't mean that God's light and God's love go away. It means that it goes everywhere, and it's inside of us also. So let's watch the light as it goes. There it goes. It's moving everywhere. So, thank you for worshiping all of us here today. And now let's sing a song.
The candle reminds us that God's light is always within us, and we can let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine.